Hi and welcome back. Now in the next series of chapters, I'll show you how you can create or use the Azure services for creating a MySQL database, for creating a PostgreSQL database, and for creating a MariaDB database. So all of these database engines are already available. What Azure does is that it provides a platform as a service for these database engines. So first we will go through Azure database for MySQL. So MySQL is an open source relational database management system. So you can go ahead and again store your data in the form of tables. So this is a relational database system. You can go ahead and then query for the data using the structured query language. And when it comes to Azure, so they have a service known as Azure Database for MySQL. This is a fully managed database service. So here the underlying platform as normal, like Azure SQL databases, is completely managed by the service itself. It's completely managed by Azure. You also get the aspects of high availability, backups, and patching as well. So let's go ahead onto Azure and create a resource based on the service of Azure Database for MySQL. So here we are in Azure. So let me go ahead and add a new resource. So I'll go ahead and search for Azure Database for MySQL. Let me go ahead and choose that. I'll go ahead and hit on create. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and choose the single server option and hit on create over here. I'll go ahead and select my same resource group. I'll go ahead and give a server name. So it needs to be unique. So that's fine. I'll leave the location as it is. I'll leave the version as it is. You can go on to configure server when it comes to what are the pricing tiers that are available. Again, if I go on to basic over here, just to minimize on costs, I can just go ahead and choose 1 weeko. So if you go on to the side here, you can see the estimated cost per month. So let me go on to the side. Let me leave everything as it is. And let me go ahead and hit on OK. Now over here, we can go ahead and give the admin username and password, which can be used to log into the MySQL server. I'll go on to next for additional settings, leave everything as it is. Let me go on to review and create, and let's go ahead and hit on create. This will take around 5 minutes. Let's come back once we have the MySQL database server in place. Now, in order to go ahead and connect on to the MySQL database, you can actually go ahead and download the MySQL Workbench. So if you go on to download now on this particular link, you'll actually get all of the download options for the MySQL Workbench. So this is a very simple and straightforward installation. So I've actually gone ahead and installed the MySQL Workbench. Now, once we have the MySQL database in place, let's go ahead on to the resource. Now, the first thing that we have to do is we have to go on to connection security. We have to ensure to add our client IP address so that we can actually go ahead and access this MySQL database. So it'll go ahead and actually add the client IP address onto the firewall rules over here. So let me go ahead and hit on save. So this just take a minute or two. Now, once this is done, let me go on to the overview. So let me go ahead and take the server name. I'll go on to MySQL Workbench. Let me go ahead and create a new connection by hitting on that plus symbol. Let me go ahead and just give a connection name. Over here, I'll go ahead and give that host name. Then going back on to the MySQL database screen over here, let me go ahead and take the server admin login name. So I'll go ahead and copy it. Go back onto the workbench, place it over here. Now let's go ahead and test the connection. So over here, we can go ahead and give the password. We can store the password in the vault, hit on OK. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and hit on OK. to go ahead and open the connection, just go ahead and now click on the connection. So let's go ahead and now open the SQL editor. And once you have the SQL editor in place, we can go ahead and start executing our commands. So the first thing we are going to do is to go ahead and create a new database, a new MySQL database on this MySQL database server. So let me go ahead and execute this command. Now, in order to start creating tables in that database, we have to first go ahead and issue the use command to use that particular database. So let me go ahead and execute that command. Finally, let me go ahead and create a simple customer table. Then let me go ahead and insert some rows into the customer table. And finally, let me go ahead and select all of the data from the customer table. So over here, you can see you have all of the data in place. Right, so in this chapter, I just want to show you how you can start working with the Azure database for MySQL.